Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Jacob. My wife Natalie is behind the camera there. You'll get to meet her pretty soon here. And you're watching a Boulder Life Off-Grid in case you are new. In today's video, we are going to finish this chicken coop. There's a few oddball things left to do, but before we get to them, we're actually going to start off right off the bat with burning this thing. We are going to char all the siding, the legs. This is a technique most commonly used by the Japanese called Shou, where you burn the wood because it protects it from weather and also from pests. I guess they don't like their food burnt, you know, so that'll be great protection. After that, we will put a coat of sealant over it to ultimately seal it up all the way. After that, we still gotta build this lid real quick. That's gonna be quick. It's gonna be some metal roofing on top of that. Metal on the roof as well. We got the chicken door, automatic chicken door to put in with a ramp. And then we can put this in its final spot for the chickens. They're getting big and they're almost ready for this. Okay, so the first part of this is probably the most dangerous. You gotta burn the bottom of the post really good, because that's where your rotting will start, most likely. Oh, that was good. Oh, that is cool. Oh my goodness.
That scares me.
How about this? The pyromaniacs!
Ah! Oh gosh.
Look at that. Bit of sap burning there.
That looks cool.
Well, that is it for the burning. That went really quick. It only took like an hour and a half. And we still got a lot of propane in there. I'm surprised. Boy, is that black.
Yes, it is.
So the process is not done. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna get it wet and get a rough brush, and we're gonna brush this thing. And what that's gonna do is get a lot of the soot off and kind of reveal the grain a little better. some pieces we're not gonna touch. Like I think I want to keep the fascia board just charred like that, and the legs, of course. But everything else, I think we'll brush it. Also, another thing is, if I don't want anyone to get the wrong idea here. If you want to do this for your house, it's fine, but don't do it while it's on your house, because the house has house wrap and all that stuff. This does not. You will definitely burn your house down. So, yeah, doing it on a larger building, you're going to be burning them piece at a time, and it's going to be very time consuming. This is awesome. It's not time consuming. Whoa.
I like it.
That looks cool.
It does look cool.
So I was watching how this is done by someone else, and they suggested a brush very similar to this, and they suggested going across the grain first and then with the grain after, and it looks like it turned out really good. Like, this is really popping. Doesn't it pop to you?
Yeah, it looks really cool.
I mean, it's wet. Obviously, that's... Man, that looks so good. Okay. Well, one thing I've learned already, I'm going to get a good arm workout.
Yep.
So the burning went really quick. The brushing went really quick. I am pleased at the process here. A couple things that I learned. So the reason you want to go against the grain this way is it gets a lot more of the soot off more quickly versus going with the grain. So I learned that pretty quick. Go against the grain and then finish it off going with the grain. Although you can kind of see the marks from going against the grain, but no big deal. I don't think the chickens will mind. I'm hoping they're okay with it. Another thing I learned, the corner trim pieces. I wish I did not cut a 45 on each one and have them meet up, because that creates a very thin ridge, I guess. And so when we burn that, it kind of it burns really well and kind of makes it look like it's opening up the corner. This one, yeah, it's bad. Anyway, that's another thing I learned. So next time for such a project, we'll just overlap them like this instead of trying to get a nice mitered 45. So overlapping would have been better so that there's more meat of the edge of the wood showing. Anyway, it is all done. That part's all done. We need to let it dry for probably at least a day, and then we're going to put a clear coat sealant on it. We're going to seal it, weatherproof it. But in the meantime, I believe we're going to go ahead and get started on the roofing, which is going to be metal.
Jacob picked up this roofing metal from the scrapyard a little while back. We looked at getting some metal that matches our shed, and it was $200 just to roof this chicken coop if we were to buy it brand new. So scratched that idea. We're just going to use this scrapyard roofing metal, and we're going to paint it to match the same color.
We'll paint it to match the shed. It's not the exact same design, I guess. The ribs are a lot taller, which I kind of don't like, but whatever. Anyway, I just noticed that this stuff has never been used. There are no holes in this roofing.
Right.
Isn't that crazy? And it's just dirty, really. It's not even rusty. A little dinged up, but
the original reason Jacob bought this is we're going to use these panels to cover the root cellar when we pour the slab. So he bought a bunch of these because he got a great deal. It was the scrap yard. And
yeah, I couldn't remember what that was, but it was a good deal.
we feel like there's plenty to do this chicken coop and to still cover the root cellar. So.
Yep, which that's coming up pretty soon. We're gonna put a roof on that root cellar. So Natalie's been doing lots of painting there. She's got all the panels painted for the rooftop. And what I've got here, this long piece that I cut, I'm going to make this the ridge cap. So it's laying flat right now. So I got to figure out, well, there's a couple different ways to do this. I'm going to start by getting it up on top of the peak here and kind of positioning it, and gonna see if maybe there's a way to bend it. There might not. I don't have a good way to really bend this, but I'm gonna try to get it bent to match the 12/8 pitch that we have, roof pitch we have here. Otherwise, I mean, we're just gonna force it to go down over each side and we'll screw it down. So either way, we'll get it. And of course we got to paint it after that.
That looks so good.
I mean, it probably could have used a tad more of a bend, but I think that's good enough.
Right?
If I can easily push it down, we're good.
That actually worked out. I'm impressed with us.
Shake well. Okay. We've got our old sprayer out. We're hoping to get this sealant on quickly. It's a little breezy outside, unfortunately. This is our old sprayer we used to help paint our old house. That explains a little bit of green on it. Soaking it up pretty quick. not quite done with the metal on the roof. We still have to put the ridge cap on, but I don't have the correct screws that are long enough. The screws that we use for this are leftover screws from doing the roof on our shed, so they got the rubber washers and they're the right color, but I don't have long enough ones because the ridges where the ridge cap will attach, it'll attach to these high spots. I need longer screws, so that's gonna have to wait. I'll go get screws tomorrow morning. We got this to work on. It's gonna get metal as well. However, it's gonna be a little different because of how tall these ridges are. We're gonna have to kind of try to flatten those out. The reason being is, let's say we didn't flatten them out, we cut them, put them up here, that ridge is going to prevent us from opening this. So if you can imagine, it's right here, it's just going to bind. So we got to try and flatten it out. Not flat, but we're trying to get that profile down so that we can put it up here, and we'll still have to kind of back it off a little bit from there to make sure it doesn't interfere with opening the nesting boxes.
So we decided to use nuts and bolts on the roof of the nesting boxes because we didn't want screws poking through and scratching our hens.
Also, it's only 1/2 inch OSB under this, so a regular wood screw would possibly get ripped out over time. So we used nylon nuts on the bottom so that they don't come off, and we've got rubber washers on the top here to help keep the water out.
And those fender washers on the bottom as well to give it a little more extra support.
Fender washers too.
So this is a better application for what we need for this
Yep.
roof.
It's gonna work good. Remove those. Like a glove. I think we're good. Look good in there?
Yeah, that's good.
All right, don't come out. Let me put the latch on first.
Okay.
Fine, I'll let you out.
I know, I'm sitting. If you latch it closed, it really could knock it out.
No, you would not be able to. I'd like to see you try it. Get out of the way.
Yeah.
There is an app that we're going to use to program this so that it will open first thing in the morning and close in the evening automatically, of course, without us having to do it. So that's pretty cool. Last things we got to do is just to go find some roosts to put in here and build the ramp, and then we can move it into its final spot. There's one. 2 more.
Yep. We're new to the chicken business, but from our research, chickens like to be flat-footed. So that's why we're cutting off these tops for them to be able to sit on top of with their feet flat.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
I think the chickens are going to appreciate how rustic this coop is.
Oh, I know they will.
This stuff is dense. First I'm going to try to come forward this way and then kind of turn and then try to back up to, you know.
Right.
If I can get it off the ground, actually, I can pull all the way in.
Oh, yeah.
Because I did that before. And it's not as wide as the back.